All right, so it's time for another video. So today we're going over the most underrated ships in World of Warships, tech tree ships. So let's hop on right to it, to the number one. Also, if you guys have your own opinions on your top 5 underrated tech tree ships in World of Warships, let me know in the comments down below so we can see everyone's opinions on their favorite top 5s. So to start off, it's going to be the Shimanto. The Shimanto is definitely one of my top underrated ships. This ship has amazing guns, 15 150 millimeter guns with a really nice torpedo range as well. This is really, really nice, 15 kilometers. This thing is a legit demon at tier 8. You can use it great for kiting rolls. It has great anti-air as well. A lot of utility tools with the hydro, submarine surveillance, and a fighter. The ship is all around a very strong tier 8 cruiser. It is in the Japanese tech tree line. So you are able to get it now as well for free by just playing down the Japanese line. So very nicely done there as well. It's a very nice addition to the line as it goes down to the Yodo. Definitely one of my favorite Japanese cruisers. Great guns, great torpedoes, great utility, great anti-air, great maneuverability, and the concealment is also really good as well. I don't have it fully built, but of course it's going to be really good as well. So definitely one of the most underrated cruisers in the game for tier 8. Definitely one of my favorites. Let me know what you guys think of this pick. Do you guys think this is an underrated ship? Do you guys think I'm over exaggerating? Let me know in the comments down below. So, the next ship on our list is going to be the San Martin. San Martin is definitely by far one of my favorite ships in the game. Favorite. Capital F on that one. You can also put the Pan American Legendary Commander on him as well, which makes it where relentless firing. So once you hit a ship with 175 main or secondary shells, and both, you get a 5% main battery reload boost, which affects the ship and the torpedo boost by 10%. Really nice at getting your shells off faster, hitting more targets. And then you have the Master and Commander. So pretty much if you activate the combat instruction twice on the San Martin, you get a 5% speed boost to the ship and a 20% progression start for your combat instructions at that point. So you can get your heals back quicker, your radar quicker, and the hydro and the DCP quicker as well. If you guys don't know, the San Martin is the Pan American cruiser line for the Pan Americas, and they all come with the combat instruction for the consumable operation readiness for the cruisers, where it makes it that at a certain number of shell hits onto a ship, you get an 85% preparation and reload time for your consumables. So you get your heals back when this is active. If you have like a full cooldown, it goes down to like 28 seconds or so for the heal. DCP is like 5 seconds or something. It's insanely quick. Hydro, you get it back within like 30. Like pretty much you get all your consumables back within 30 seconds when you have that combat instruction up. It's really, really good. And now this is a Worcester hull. The guns are 152s. They have the improved ricochet angles of the British, but they do not have the short fuse of the British. So the AP, it can do really good damage overall to angled ships or to like broadside ships. But if someone's bow into you or aft, you aren't going to do much damage to them at all. So definitely be aware of that. You do have a really fast reload on this ship. You do only have AP shells as well. There is no HE. So the ship is definitely more of a high skill level ship. Because again, you are a Worcester hull. So if you, if you happen to be broadside, or, you don't have your combat instruction up to be able to use it and get that super heal back quicker, then yeah, you're going to be suffering a lot. With this super heal, it also gives you back 80% of your citadel damage. So most ships have like 33% citadel heal. This is 80%, which is absolutely insane. So even if you take citadel heads, you are going to be able to get a lot of your health back with the super heal. And you do get a lot of the super heal back with this heal. It's like a 19,000 health heal, really strong. The ship has torpedoes as well that are 10.5 kilometers, which is really nice. And this ship has a 9.1 kilometer concealment with a 9-kilometer radar. So pretty much if you're spotted, you're going to be able to radar whatever is spotting you. The hydro is 3 kilometers for ships, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish it was a little bit longer. And the detection of torps are 3 kilometers as well. But overall, this is one of my favorite cruisers in the game. Really fun to play, really versatile in its roles. This thing has also seen a lot of clan battle usage as well. Very strong, really durable overall. Very much enjoyable ship. So, yep, San Martin's definitely on my list of the top 5 underrated ships in WoWs. You definitely don't see this ship played very often, but that also could be because of the Colombo, because, yeah, SAP will pin absolutely everywhere on cruisers, and this ship would just get absolutely melted by a Colombo, because Colombos just show no mercy to anyone. The next ship on the list is going to be the North Carolina. The North Carolina is definitely one of the more underrated battleships in the game. The old tried and true North Carolina. A lot of people, when they go from Colorado to North Cal, they have a lot of issues adjusting to how the North Carolina aims. But overall, the North Carolina is one of the stronger tier 8 battleships in the game. Definitely underrated for what the ship is. You normally just do a standard battleship build for the North Cal. Nothing too special on it. But the ship has amazing 9 406mm guns that have a very massive range. A little bit too much range, in my opinion. With 69,000 HP and 19% torpedo protection. I wish the torpedo protection was a little bit higher, but it's okay. Anti-air is actually really good on this ship. A lot of American battleships actually have quite decent anti-air. Maneuverability isn't the best, unfortunately, but it's okay. 28.9, that's all right. It's okay. It's all right. Concealment's 12.3, which is about average for a tier 8, so not too bad, not too good. But overall, those 406mm guns are really nice trainer guns for the American line. The shells are a little bit slower due to the heavy AP of the American. As you see there, the HE is 820 meters per second, while the AP is 406. So if you switch between AP and HE a lot, you are going to have to aim a little bit different, just because of the fact that American AP is heavier. So it's going to be slower, which also makes it where they're able to do more pin damage overall, because they're going to be staying in the target more since they have more time to arm with the shells being slower. So, and if you guys have any objections or if you agree with any of these choices, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I'm actually curious what you guys think of the North Cal, San Martin, and Shimanto so far. Now we have 2 more ships for my personal top 5 most underrated ships. This one is gonna be a little bit of a controversial one. I'm gonna say the Delny. And hold on, before you guys go off and be like, oh my god, I can't believe he's picking the Delny. Well, the Delny has really good long-range guns, the 130mm with a really nice reload on them. You can build into it, get the gun range really nice. So this ship is a very versatile gunboat for the Soviets. A very, very good gunboat. You can have the nice guns. It has okay mid-armor, 50mm. So you also have that nice little protection. You have 22,700 HP when you build into it. Of course, it's going to be higher. I don't have it built on here. You do get to pick between a smoke screen and a repair party. Of course, you're going to go with a repair party with a engine boost. You also get nice 10-kilometer torpedoes, which are really nice as well. So, very nice, very nice. So, you get nice longer range torpedoes than the Kaba. Unfortunately, the Kaba kind of suffers and has 6-kilometer nukes. This thing literally just has nuclear torpedoes. So, like, if they hit, they smash with how much damage they do. But the Delny has longer range torpedoes. They do less damage than the Kabas. And you do get a total of 10. So there's a lot of torpedoes right there. So good guns, good torpedoes. Anti-air, it's not the best. It's a destroyer. Like, you're not going to have the best. Speed, very quick on this ship. 43.5 knots. And with the speed flag, goes to 45.7. With the engine boost being 8%, it goes up to almost 50. So this is a very fast gunboat. And usually you're playing this ship as an open water gunboat. You can build into... how do you do it? You can build it into destroyer hunting if you like, but more or less you're just playing as an open water gunboat where you use your torpedoes before you open fire, and then you kind of bait them in while you're opening fire, and then they'll run your torps, they DCP, then you get fires, get permafires, and you kill them off that way. Or you can get fires off first, and then they'll DCP, and then they hit torpedoes and they flood out. So you can do either or. But Delny is definitely one of those underrated destroyers for WoWs. Definitely. So you don't really see many of these, unfortunately. There's been a lot of other ships that overline as well. Another ship, I think, it's not in the list, but I think another one that's really underrated is the Regulo. The Regulo is definitely a highly underrated ship. After they gave it that buff, they gave the smoke and the engine boost a buff recently with their length, and it really helped the ship out a lot. Those 135 millimeter sap throwing machines, you can do so much damage with this ship. I don't play it very often, but I do enjoy this ship a lot. And when you do fight one, a lot of people underestimate it and they regret it, because these guns can do like 5, 6, 7K salvos with that sap. And they also have 13.5 kilometer torpedoes as well, which is really long range for a gunboat destroyer. And a lot of the time when I play this ship, the strategy I do is I will I'll try to get along the side or move along a flank and try to get to a battleship within about 9 kilometers. And when I do that, I'll smoke up and start farming right after he's shot. So I know he's going to be spotted no matter what for 20 seconds. Or what I'll do is I'll torpedo first and where I think he's going to run away to, so he'll run into him. And then I'll use the smoke and fire sap and just melt them. You can do massive damage with this ship with both the torpedoes, the guns, and it can fight a lot of destroyers on its own. It is very big though, so if you don't have support with it, or if nothing is spotting what you're going to be farming, then you're not going to do very well. But if you do have support around you that can spot, this ship does amazingly well, like God tier level well. Now, the final ship on my most underrated ships in World of Warships, tech tree wise, is going to be the Izumo. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but over time, they have buffed the Izumo. They have buffed it. Better guns, the survivability is better. Now, overall, yeah, it's not... I think it's a very strong tier 9 battleship. Now, it doesn't have that much... now, if you look at the armor, it is 57 millimeters of armor right here. So, any HE throwers are not going to do damage here. They'll do damage on the superstructure, but they're not going to do damage to the deck. So, if they're trying to farm you, they have to hit you at the front here at the bow, or they're going to have to hit you back there, or at the side plate here. But they're not going to be able to do damage to the deck here, which most of the shells are going to land here. So this ship has a lot of protection against HE throwers. And also with how the ship is, AP has trouble going around the deck area. Now, if you show your broadside, well, that's a totally different story. So, yeah, you go broadside here, you're going to get Citadel, but this is such a massive side, you have no reason to show this side. It does have a lot of protection with 356 millimeters. But again, why are you showing that much broadside in this ship? You're not. This ship is meant to be a sniper, like long to medium range. You're not meant to get close. It's meant to be, you know, the predecessor. It's before the Yamato, so playstyle is going to be very similar. Turret diverse is going to be slow, of course. It's the Yamato line, so it's going to be very slow. But overall, amazing guns. Survivability 28% protection to torpedoes, which is really good. HP is a little bit low, 76,000, but it's still decent. Anti-air, garbage. Anti-air is always terrible for the Japanese tech trees, unfortunately, for battleships, so big sad. Maneuverability, it's not the quickest, 27 knots. We could always wish it's quicker. With the speed flag, it goes up to 28.5. Concealment isn't going to be the best either because of just how big it is and how tall it is. But overall, I think the Izumo is probably one of the most underrated tier 9 battleships in the game. A lot of people hate on it before it was buffed, and they never really gave it a chance after. But definitely let me know in the comments down below, guys, what you think of these choices here. But thank y'all for watching. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments, and let me know what you guys think. And see you guys in the next video.